Welcome back to the sandbox. This is a function demo update for the latest developments on the EU privacy directive plugin. The new features are coming along really well. I've had a lot of positive tests. I still have a few pieces to implement. The main one I need to do is complete my function testing on all of the available display methods. I am switching the way that the login links feature operates. Instead of popping up the JavaScript confirm box, it's going to reopen whatever your chosen consent display is. So if you're working with the module, it's going to reopen the module. If you're opening the modal, it's going to reopen the modal. If you've got the ribbon, it's going to reopen the ribbon. So whatever display method you're using, if a login link triggers it, it will reopen that method. Let me just show you how it works. So let's say a user arrives fresh on your site, and you're running modal. What they're going to see is the modal window with the title, the regular message, the links, whichever of the three links you have enabled. It'll show them those. And then they're going to see this table. If you are not forcing a session cookie, that's a new option, is that you'll be able to force the session cookie while requiring them to consent to everything else. It will default to not forcing the session cookie, so it maintains the current behavior. But if you're not forcing the session cookie, then this first session cookie item will be displayed and disabled. So they won't be able to unselect it. This is core functionality. The whole purpose of this consent is to get them to consent so that you can set the session cookie. Everything else is gravy. It's your Google Analytics, your YouTube, your Facebook sharing. Your site will operate without those things. The main reason to get them to consent is for the session cookie. So this one is marked disabled, is checked but disabled. You can specify some cookies that are just automatically checked. They won't have the option of disabling them. That would be something that would be core functionality. So it's up to you and maybe your legal counsel to decide whether or not you should make any of the cookies required. But for the rest of them, you will be able to specify individual, possibly multiple cookies in the cookie name area, single, possibly multiple domains in the domain area, a description as long as you want. All of these, not all of the fields, the cookie name and the description can be localized within your language files. And each of these items triggers joining or being removed from an access level. So let's look at what that looks like. So right now, having not accepted any cookies, the system has me with membership to no cookie accepted access levels. So I'm gonna accept just the defaults here. So session cookie doesn't add me to anything. Well, it does. This is the regular accepted or declined cookies access level. Then there are the individual access levels. So this one is, I believe, 15. That one's 14, and this one's 10. I'm pretty sure. Let me look. 15. Yeah, I got the numbers right. So this is access level 15, this is access level 14, this is access level 10. So if I agree to this without selecting any additional access levels, I have been added to 14, access level 14. If I change my cookie consent, which is now an option, I can choose the Facebook cookie, agree to it, and now I'm a part of 14 and 10. I can change my consent. I can remove myself from Facebook, add myself to the Google Analytics, agree to it. Now I should be 15 and 14. Change cookie consent. I'll add myself to the last one. I should be 15, 14, and 10 now. Or I can change cookie consent and decline, which is the same as clicking the remove cookies button. Bam. And now I should be back to nothing. Nothing. So, this gives you granularity that the previous versions did not. The previous versions were an all or nothing proposition. Either they accepted cookies and received all of the cookies you wanted to send them, or they declined cookies and they were prevented from logging in, from sending emails, from using contact forms. They couldn't register. There was nothing they could do. Now, a user could arrive and accept what you have deemed are the mandatory cookies without accepting anything else, and still have access to register, log in, use use the contact forms. So let's look at some of the other features in this. Actually, there's only one really. I created this additional checkbox up here that checks all of the available ones just to make it easy. I'm not sure how to indicate that is an option, but it enables and disables all of the checkboxes. So I need to go through and complete my testing for all of the display methods. And as soon as I'm done with that, the last piece of this is to implement an alternate IP address identification because GeoPlugin is apparently not super reliable. So that is probably I'm probably going to finish my testing of the display methods and the granular consent tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow, I'm going to investigate which direction I'm going to go for the IP address identification and look at implementing that in the new version. And then my goal is to complete all of my testing tomorrow for a Friday rollout. That way, you guys can start testing it over the weekend. And I am going to be available in the forum all weekend for you so that we can all get through this and have the best, most robust extension possible. So, looking forward to providing this to you guys on Friday and seeing how well it works out for you. Talk to you then.